Hello everyone! Once again, I'm Maria Helen C. Velasco, a second year BS Ed English student in BIT International College, Siquijor. For today's video, I will present the overall flow of my lesson plan with the topic subject-verb agreement. This is a semi-detailed lesson plan in English 7 for week 1. Objectives. It is the first part of the lesson plan that displays the main goal of the lesson. It should be specific and it indicates the desirable knowledge, affection, and skills to be gained. So, these are my objectives. Observe rules on subject-verb agreement. When we observe, it benefits our mind, which is our cognitive. Next is reflect with the common proverbs which can be helpful to our daily lives. When we reflect, it also touches our hearts, which is our affective. And the last is construct their own sentences using subject-verb agreement correctly. When we construct or compose, it means that we need to write and it uses our hands, which is our psychomotor. The next part of the lesson plan is the subject matter. Subject matter contains the topic, which is the subject-verb agreement, the materials used, the references. As you can see, I have written the website because I referred to the internet, and lastly is the strategies. It is a communicative and collaborative strategy since in this lesson, we shared information to achieve social and psychological purposes. The third part of the lesson plan is the procedure. Under this is the routine. Before the lesson starts, there should be a preliminary activities like offering a short prayer, greetings, checking the attendance, and perform some energizer to boost the students' mental and physical well-being. It is important to condition our body in order to help us better overall as we gain confidence and to prevent cognitive decline. Next is motivation. As a teacher, we should know how to motivate them to keep them active and engaged so that they won't have time to get bored throughout the class period. Using the visual aids, teachers show some common proverbs and the students are oriented on the following tasks. 1. Ask the students if they are familiar with what was written on the visual aids. Number 2 is let them think on the deeper meaning that the proverbs want to convey and share it with their classmates. And number 3 is let them observe how the sentences were grammatically constructed. In this part, after reading some sentences from the visual aid, I will let them speak and share their thoughts to the class. And upon hearing their thoughts, teacher gives feedback and leads the class towards the direction of the lesson. Let's proceed to letter C, which is the lesson proper. Teacher gives the preview or the advanced idea of the lesson in order to meet the learning objectives and the expected outcome at the end of the lesson. Lesson proper includes the activity. The teacher will provide handouts with some English proverbs and let them do the following task. Number 1, let the student choose proverbs they love the most. Number 2, ask them to explain what was the meaning of what they've chosen and how can they apply it to have a good behavior as a student. And number 3 is let them observe from the chosen proverb if which is the subject and the verb. From the given activities, students will use their reading and speaking skills in order to meet the given task. Next to activity is the analysis. Teacher deepens students' understanding and learning by letting them do the following. Number 1 is to construct their own sentences using proper subject-verb agreement. Number 2, consider and apply the rules they remembered and read their sentences one by one in front of the class. But before they do this, teacher will emphasize that the subject-verb has different roles to consider when it comes to sentence structure. Next is the abstraction. Teacher will further explain the subject-verb agreement and the rules that govern it and will give more examples for better understanding. In this part, teacher will give all informations regarding the topic, and prior to the lesson assessment, teacher talks on the significance of improving our sentence structure or the grammar and the importance of applying some proverbs in our lives through understanding the rules of the subject-verb agreement. After abstraction is the application. The teacher will give a short quiz to evaluate their learning, and lastly is the assignment. Since the teacher did not discuss some other rules yet, it is for the students to find out those rules and let them do the following. Number 1, have them research for other rules of the subject-verb agreement and let them give one example from each rule and write it in their notebooks. So, that is the overall flow of my lesson plan, and thank you for watching.